I still remember that night, sitting in the kitchen, heart pounding, staring at 2 plane tickets to San Diego. Just me and my 8-year-old son, Liam. One click, and it was official. I was done living in the shadows. 3 years earlier, my husband, Andrew Harris, had been declared dead in a freak snowmobile accident. No body. Just a report, a death certificate, and the hollow words, "I'm so sorry." I buried an empty urn, and with it, the life I thought I had. Since then, I'd been surviving, not living. Working full-time at the bank, raising Liam, paying bills, smiling for his sake. Every time he asked, "Mom, do you think Dad can see me?" it tore a new hole inside me. So those tickets? They weren't for a vacation. They were a promise to move forward. The morning of the flight, Liam was pure joy, dragging his suitcase across the floor, shouting, "San Diego, here we come." And for a second, I actually felt excited, until he tugged my sleeve mid-flight. "Mom, is that Dad?" 2 rows ahead, a man in sunglasses and a wide-brimmed hat. I laughed it off, until he turned his head, that scar under his jaw, the one I'd kissed 100 times. My blood went cold. It couldn't be. But it was. I sat frozen the entire flight, torn between shock and a dangerous flicker of hope. When we landed, he looked straight at me and smiled, and my world shattered all over again. At the hotel that night, I tried to tell myself it was a coincidence, until I heard voices from the balcony below. A man shouting, "Don't start with me, Chloe." That voice, that name, Andrew, he was alive, arguing with another woman, laughing, living a new life, while Liam and I had been mourning him. I wanted to scream, to march downstairs and demand answers, but instead I just stood there shaking, whispering to myself, "He's alive." The next night I saw him again, at the hotel bar, older, tired, but him. I sat 2 seats away. "Rough night?" I asked, pretending to be a stranger. He sighed. "Girlfriend drama. You know how it is," he talked. I listened. He said he'd lost everything, that sometimes you just have to disappear. Disappear. That's what he called it. I left before I could break down. But the next day, fate forced my hand. We were at the beach, Liam building castles, when I heard a scream, a woman shouting. Chloe Andrew was lying in the sand, pale and unconscious. For 1 second I thought, let him go. But then I ran. Instinct took over. CPR, pulse, breathing. He stirred, whispered, "Megan?" I froze. He knew. Later, he begged me to talk. So that night, I met him. "You have 2 minutes," I said. "Tell me why I buried an empty urn." He looked wrecked. "I didn't die, Megan. I was in trouble. Bad people. I had to disappear. To protect you and Liam, I wanted to believe him. But all I could see was Liam's 5-year-old face asking why Daddy wasn't coming home." "And Chloe?" I asked. He looked down. "She doesn't know anything." 3 years of lies. 3 years of birthdays, soccer games, nightmares. Alone. And now he wanted forgiveness? I walked away that night shaking, unsure if I hated him, or the part of me that still cared. The next morning, Liam saw his father for the first time since he was 5. He didn't run. He just stared. "Mom, that's really him?" I nodded. Andrew knelt, voice breaking. "Hi, buddy. It's me." It's Dad. Liam's lips trembled. "But you were gone." Andrew whispered, "I'm sorry. I thought I was protecting you." And then Liam hugged him, quiet, forgiving, because kids don't hold grudges the way adults do. Watching them, something cracked open in me. Not forgiveness, but peace. Later that night, Andrew came to the balcony. "I know I don't deserve a second chance," he said, "but please, let me be his dad again." I looked at him, the man who broke me, the man who gave me Liam. "You can," I said, "but on my terms. No lies, no surprises." Ever again he nodded, tears in his eyes. "You're stronger than I remember." "I had to be," I said. "You made sure of that." He left quietly, and for the first time in 3 years, I exhaled. Maybe we'd never be the family we were. But Liam had his father back, and I had something better than closure. I had control, and I finally believed we were going to be okay.